Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Once Upon a Witchlight. As always, we would absolutely love it if you could like this video, subscribe to our channel, and check the bell so you never miss an episode. And while you're doing that, I'm going to read some comments from episode 45 of Once Upon a Witchlight. Quote number 1. Oh boy, I can't wait for next episode where absolutely nothing will go wrong and we all won't be questioning what the future of Witchlight will be. Quote number 2. Everyone's hair is looking like a Pantene commercial in this one. All luscious as fuck. Thank you. Number 3. This has to be my favorite group of people to watch. The way they can derail a serious moment always makes my side split with laughter. And number 4. The fact that none of the hags' backstories were in the module and you managed to tie this all into Prime is so cool. So many props to Nikki for this was absolutely wild. Gotta give it up.
Agreed.
Give it up.
Holy shit.
So, leave a comment below and maybe next time yours will be included. Also, be sure to check out our merch shop, our Patreon, and become a VIP over at thecrookedmoon.com today for our very first Kickstarter. It would be a wonderful way for you to support us and the channel, and we would greatly appreciate it.
And get your very own Chuckles, Pin, and Honk Legion mini expansion when you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Somewhere lost in the shrouded realms of death lies a land of endless night where long forgotten horrors are revealed to those who travel through the mist. There, in a crooked house, lives a crooked man with a crooked grin who raises crooked arms to a crooked tree at the edge of midnight and hears the whispers of the old ones. They speak of a beast that stalks the darkest woods and darkest hearts, a crown of horns upon its head. If you lose your way and feel a warm breath that chills you to the bone, run. Follow the songs of harvest time, and before long you'll find revelry in the dancing shadows of blazing wicker. No matter your story, these lonesome misty rails will deliver you to where the hallowed cannot save you. Now's the time to brave the dark wood, beware the witching hour, and weave your own dreadful folktale underneath the crooked moon.
Roll that beautiful bean footage, Rich.
Once upon a witchlight hour, the sleeping queen stirred in her tower, and through grand halls past lock and key came to her slumber dreams of 3. The first brought laughter filled with fright, the second love defiled by spite, the third a world of pure delight. She welcomed these, they were her own, but soon from porcelain lips a groan, her silvery dreamscape now forsaken, to pain from which she'd not awaken. Something blighted had come hither, foul as nightshade creeping thither, from yon the grave-like curse did wither. The little prince wept in his spire, his wounded heart had one desire, a ballad from the dreaming queen could turn his maelstrom mind serene. He vowed her rescue, speech sincere, but toys would be his shield and spear, and so he scoured for 1 full year. In springtime wreathed in parenthood, the prince first found a toy of wood, a doll set, beasts and wild things, but listen close and each one sings, a song of child, owl and bear, a song that calls the spirits there, a song for monsters with much hair. When summer heat steamed like a kettle, the prince then found a toy of metal, a rocking horse with ashen mane. Around its neck was draped a chain. Its horn and eyes and nose shoot flame. With mighty hooves and sturdy frame, no better steed one could proclaim. He searched from autumn's harvest throne. The prince then found a toy of bone. Lettered blocks stacked to the sky, when turned to words could only lie. Deceit known to the hounds of hell makes for a potent hex or spell of souls, of sin, of Shadowfell. Through winter's chill, from peak to pass, the prince then found a toy of glass, marble spun in measured motion, like careful thought or certain notion, each glinting cat's eye seeing all, from stars beyond the cosmic sprawl, to inner strength and mind's recall. When season stopped, the final day, at last the prince found halves of clay. He shed a tear. This would not do. His favorite toy was split in two. It stank and had a horrid face, but in his heart held special place. Through toil this crack he would erase. The day has come, no time for rest. The fateful toy is placed in a chest, with stripes of white and stripes of red, just like a big top by his bed. The little prince prepares a flower for either outcome, sweet or sour, and makes a wish for love, for power, once upon a witchlight hour.
You are all dead. Your bodies lay broken on the forest floor. The Jabberwock has committed a massacre, and with 5 red pawn pieces clutched in its massive grabbing claws, it rockets into the sky upon massive viridian wings. Your life force slips from you as reality shifts, and around you there is only void. And then, through the darkness, you see white, and then red. These colors fill your vision, and they are all that you can see. These colors appear to you as amorphous streaks of ivory and crimson until they form perfect squares stacked side by side. Is this eternity? Just blocks of ivory and crimson? Red, then white, then red, then white, and on and on and on and on, until the epiphany that they form a checkered pattern. Until you have the epiphany that they form a checkered pattern. Your consciousness moves closer and closer to what you realize now is an enormous chessboard. You don't know what you expected in death, but it is not this, especially as the sound of a cacophonous battle erupts all around you. You are on the front lines of this battle as huge white pawns rush towards you and clash into you. Despite the shards of red fragmenting all around you, you feel no pain. Your consciousness moves across this enormous chessboard that stretches into infinity, and you see 2 colossal pieces carved to perfection. An enormous red king with an ornate crown at its zenith. He stands proudly until a flash of white streaks across the scene. A colossal white queen moves with lightning speed as she crashes into the red king, sending him toppling over. The force of the massive piece crashing down causes the entire chessboard to crack and crash, and you, along with this enormous crimson chess piece, plummet into darkness as the pieces of red and white continue their battle above, growing smaller and more distant as they disappear above you. You plummet deeper and deeper into darkness, and you realize now that you're falling deep underground. The red king piece crashes onto the subterranean floor with an echoing boom, and darkness swallows all of you. An eternity passes. Then finally, light pours in from above you as an enormous hand reaches down and picks up the ancient chess piece, grabbing your consciousness along with the Red King. You're pulled out from the darkness of the bottom of a chest and lifted into a child's room littered with toys and trinkets. And you realize the gigantic hand is actually quite small, belonging to a small elven boy with platinum blonde hair. And you realize now that the red chess piece has turned into a red wooden sword adorned in roses. The boy swings the sword towards the plush-stitched neck of the stuffed Jabberwock, his imagination running wild with delusions of victory against the beast. Then the sword is caught by a withered hand. An impossibly ancient crone snatches the toy sword, staring venomous daggers at the boy past an incredibly long, warded nose and over a sneer of metal teeth. In an instant, the sword is broken in 3 pieces as the boy tumbles backward, the child's room fading away into darkness around you as the hag looms over you, crushing the 3 pieces of the wooden sword and sprinkling the splinters into 3 separate cauldrons, one new, one old, and one in between. The cauldrons bubble and pop as the brew spills over and fills 3 cradles. The hag lets out a horrific cackle as threads of fate shoot from her gnarled fingers, tethering the cradles to her yellowed nails and forcing these threads into her 3 daughters. The shimmering silver thread then shoots towards your consciousness and begins to wrap and weave around you. It spins and spins and spins until it spools around you, and soon all you see is silver. And then you wake. Despite your perceptions and memories of death, all you hear is life. The sounds of the life within an unfathomably primordial forest surround you, like a symphony, as you hear the sounds of your own life. Your hearts beat in your chest as you feel pricks of pain in your back and limbs. As you rise up, your lives somehow returned, or never having left you at all, you see that all 6 of you, Hootsie included, are lying within a mushroom circle of thither, upon a bed of thorny roses in the shape of a heart.
Fellas, get in. Sound off. Everybody okay?
Dorbank is here.
Well, I think it's too soon to say okay, but what the hell?
You're all alive?
Oh, thank goodness, Hootsie. I'm gonna crawl over to Hootsie and just like hug her, and then she'll embrace me, and I'll get swallowed up in her feathers and fur.
Was any of that real?
Or are we dead now?
I don't know. I feel pretty alive. If we
Ow.
were dead, I think we'd be somewhere else.
I agree. Could that have been some form of shared illusion or magic?
Did you all experience? Do you all see the same shit that I did?
You mean, the sequence of events was we saw the girl in the tower.
Yeah.
We left, things shifted. We were in a very different space, looking through glass. Faith spoke to each of us, yes? All following?
Yeah, the sand.
And then we transitioned back to the forest, and things got very violent. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, that fucking beast killed us all. Killed me. I think
Felt-
someone was still alive.
No, we all died.
I tried to solve it like a puzzle, and I lost myself. I lost all of you. It was the realest thing, as real as we're talking now.
Last thing I remember is they throwing me through the air, getting impaled on a tree, and watching everything fade away as I thought the same was coming for you all.
I saw that, and I wondered what it felt like, and soon after I learned my own pain. It was unpleasant. Was it an illusion? Was it real?
But then after that, you see the fucking chessboard and some fucking war, and
Oh, yes.
this King of Hearts fella, he's at war with somebody or something. A white queen.
You think he brought us back? From being dead?
If we were dead, possibly. If we were not, look at the roses around us. He's connected even now to what's happening to us, our role in something larger.
What if it was some kind of... Do I notice what's underneath us?
Yeah, it's easy to see that you're laying on a bed of thorny roses.
Ow! Ow! Fuck! What if it was some sort of warning? Maybe the King of Hearts is trying to tell us, don't fuck with the Jabberwock.
We didn't really have much of a choice.
But that's my... What if that wasn't real? I mean, we're still alive, right?
Well, hang on. I check my pockets for the chess piece.
And you find it easily.
Tormek is confused.
Do we all find our...
I'll also check. Has my am I still injured in any way? Are my clothes whole? Do I still have my backpack? Do I feel like I have everything
You feel
before
like
we
you-
went through the circle?
Looking at your bodies, one of the things you notice, I won't even make you roll for it, you do not have the sunburns and the tans that you acquired walking through the desert. Your skin looks just as it had when you stepped through this mushroom circle and found yourself in a different place altogether. And as you look around the circle, the only thing about it that's changed is the lack of campestries that frequent it. There's no sign that they had ever been here. You don't see the little fire they had been dancing around, or the bits of cutlery or pots that they were making food with. You look through the grass, looking beneath the rose bushes, and you see that there are no indentations where they had been creating their revelry.
I will quickly stuff the chess piece I assume I find on my person into one of my pockets, and then I will rummage through my bag looking for 2 mason jars to see if I can find the campestry that were journeying with us through the desert.
Now you find them.
I release them.
They immediately hop out of the mason jars, and they look at each other and look at you, a little horrified, having been locked in jars for a while, before they dance around each other, and then they one moment, please.
Wait, were you there, Campestry?
One moment, please.
Okay.
They look up and, quick as can be, they dart into the underbrush and disappear.
Wait.
Wait, where's Twig?
Strapped to Gideon's back.
Strapped to my back, man. You can't see her right here.
I want to look at her eyes. Are the roses there or no?
They are not.
She have normal eyes?
She's the doll eyes.
She has the doll eyes.
What in the hell?
Something did happen to us.
Well,
Everyone check your person to make sure there aren't any, like, vestigial wounds.
testing. Can you guys hear me out of this thing?
Seems to be working as intended.
Sure can. Roger.
Tormek knows that when we all looked at the ring, it seemed to be normal and uncorrupted. But what if it was? We were warned about corrupted rings. What if we just didn't know and it was some horrific fever dream? Tormek's had many of those. You get them from eating garbage.
That's right. This may have just been a corrupted ring, and the experience we went through has no connection to anything, just a cruel trip.
I don't know. I think something happened. He was shown all of that for a reason.
I agree.
And I think we're being fucked with by more than just him.
Is that the grandmother?
That's the big fucking yes.
Tap. I will tap on the glass. It's the same one?
I would say that you saw the image of this entity, of this being, in whatever this was, eternity, the afterlife, a dream, a vision. And though you didn't see the full face when you were inside of the hourglass, the eyes and at least the bridge of the nose were identical. Really? Right now?
Why do you have so many of those?
Get all fucking back.
Are you just gonna eat mallow cups?
Don't you remember when I picked up these mallow cups from our adventure at Hershey Park?
I've never even heard of a mallow cup one time.
Torbeck, you weren't there for the adventure at Hershey Park.
This is all the fun. It just gets killed.
He didn't have all those mallow cups going in. We know something
The score
happened.
was 947 mallow cups.
I start screaming like the beast from fucking The Thing.
I don't understand.
Oh man.
I don't know.
Great. Mallow cups are a great tension breaker.
Torbeck understands what Mr. Crummy is saying, but Torbeck is also not ruling out just tetanus.
But I mean, shared hallucinations, it seems fucking unlikely.
Yes, we all experience the same thing. I don't think that tetanus does that.
When I was having the second sight, do I still have that?
No.
Oh, thank God. Thank the gods.
And a third eye closes. And finally rests.
Okay, so we was shown all that, or we witnessed all of that, and I think all of it is allergical. So we gotta unpack the allergy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we know what to do next.
What's that mean?
Oh, you don't know what allergy is?
No, Torbeck isn't the most well-read.
Well, it means, Frosty explained it to him. I don't need to explain this. Allergical.
It's, you're very close. It's allegory.
Oh, that's just wrong.
Torbeck knows what allegory is.
Maybe where you come from.
When we first met, you pronounced it allegory.
There's no winning, Rico. You can't be held.
Allegory?
Allegory.
I thought
How
those
is
was
that?
the pills that me mummy used to take.
Yeah, why does the word keep shifting like the climate? It's very strange.
Well, obviously there's symbology involved.
I thought you were gonna call it symbogly.
Symbology. And very clearly, the red king piece, I think, represents Jingle Jangle.
What?
That's my hot take. That's me hot take, lads.
Torbeck thinks Screamer is right.
No, he's not right. He's dumber than a thick bowl of grits.
That's pretty dumb.
He's thick up here. He just can't think straight.
I usually prefer thick down there. Not That's usually my preference.
Yes.
It's the King of Hearts, man. He's a king, and he's red like hearts.
Let's not jump to conclusions.
And then we saw him as a kid, the same fucking guy.
That's probably a coincidence.
Did we ever see his face? Huh? Did we ever see his face?
No.
Oh, we were probably in were we like in his perspective?
You were looking down at the hand, and then you were
see the
looking
hair
up.
and-
You could see the
It's like
hair.
Bioshock.
Out of the corners of your eyes. Out of the corners of your eyes, you could see like the tips of his long pointed elf ears.
Look, I don't know what the fuck that was, but when we were in the hourglass, presumably, I think that's exactly where we were. I was seeing the glints. I didn't know what it was, but I think it was the glass of the thing we were inside of. And clearly, I mean, Twig's eyes are fixed, so some of that was real.
I still had the compessory with me. And yet we still keep our chess pieces.
Well, so some of it's real, some of it wasn't.
I think it's all allergical. But I think this means that we need to beware the Jabberwock.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
If we're fortunate, we'll never see that beast again.
I have a feeling like it has a role to play in all this.
If it was allegorical,
Yeah.
then we will. And it will be part of some larger meaning or play its own role in all of this as we seemingly are. I do not believe it's a coincidence the King of Hearts gave us pawns.
I think it was him telling us that we need that fucking sword to kill that beast. And that it was broken apart in three and used to create those fucking vile hags.
You think they're the sword? Man, if I hadn't cut the head off that stupid Jabberwock statue, or if I'd glumped properly, and then turned this stupid blade key, maybe we could have killed him then and there.
Torbeck thinks Mr. Crummy's on to something.
I think the stone was allegorical, right? I think that was a representation.
We have another problem, though. If we're just supposed to be collecting trinkets from these hags, and in reality, they're parts of a sword, we're gonna have to do something about that.
Well, who knows what it looks like now? At least in the vision. Who knows how fucking literal it was? But she threw them all in separate cauldrons.
Yeah.
And wait, didn't we see Fred?
Yes.
And we saw Fred.
Silver, huh?
She breathed life.
Wait, do we still have that silver thread?
Do we?
Let's take a look.
I gotta see if I still have the silver thread.
You do still have the silver thread.
Tormek managed to grab it when everything was going to hell.
Does it look like the silver thread that wrapped around us at the end of the dream?
Yeah, it looks very similar, yeah.
I don't have any ideas.
Neither does Tormek.
Well, it can't be some kind of coincidence that we saw silver thread wrapping all around us and one of the hags had that up in their attic.
Alright, here's my theory. You ready?
Yeah.
This is why I think we're on the same fucking side as this guy. I think this guy, he wants to help Zybilna, and this elder witch, this elder hag, whatever the fuck she is, metal teeth. Oh God, I just got the heebie-jeebies.
Oh, imagine biting into an ice cream cone. Oh, imagine.
Oh, I did. I was just at the dentist yesterday, Mike. That was so unnecessary.
Oh, imagine if you fed her a sea cucumber Robert rectangle trousers popsicle.
For some reason, that's so visceral in my mind right now. I can really imagine it.
And for some reason, she is, I don't know, the grandmother of Zybilna, right? And for some reason, she doesn't like the King of Hearts. And they're trying to keep them separated. And maybe the Jabberwock is some sort of barrier or something.
Maybe they're star-crossed lovers.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Oh, that's so sad.
And he needs the fucking sword to kill the beast, and the reason why he needs the 3 pieces, the 3 trinkets, is that that's like the representation, the metaphorical some shit, so that he can get his sword back and wake up Zybilna so that we can get 100,000 gold pieces and pay off Mr. Gru.
You know, when you lay it out like that, it sounds so grandiose, and the ending is just so...
I can't wait till we're out of debt.
It's all about the bottom line, Torbeck. You know this.
Tormek guesses that Mr. Kremmy is right.
I think you might be right. So that means that he needs to reforge that sword that was in the poem.
And in the stone.
And take his place as the rightful king of Gondor. I mean, become the king of hearts.
Well, he's already,
The heart
he
powers?
calls himself a king. I don't know what he's king of.
Is there a heart kingdom? Kingdom Hearts? With Carlo Bastion in the middle. Oh my god! What if Prismeer is his realm? But it was taken over by the evil hags.
Oh man, and they're always playing chess in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah! Oh
It's exactly that. It's exactly that.
I mean, I've been playing chess in like Final Fantasy 15 and 16 and 14.
I don't know. It's just every intro cutscene to Kingdom Hearts is 2 kids sitting on a windowsill playing chess, and then everybody dies.
Oh my god. None of that actually happened. Look, either way, I think we're alive. So we stay away from the fucking Jabberwock. It feels like we got the right trinket from the right hag. We just get 2 more.
Okay.
We hand it over to him, and he does the rest. We, wake him up. We tell Madrick, hey, look, she's fine.
It's gonna be really unfortunate when the king's like, oh, it was thread, but not that thread.
let's talk about color theory. All right.
Why would you say all right?
Now's as good a
I don't
time
know,
as
it's-
any.
One
Yeah.
of
I'm gonna get
my.
off of the thorns.
Oh yeah. We all shimmy.
Torben can't feel them through his matted.
One of me old bandmates wrote a song about this. His name was Bon Jovi. I mean John Bovey.
I was gonna correct you.
His name was John Bovey. Yeah. And you know what? He kind of like he was the fella that the King of Hearts reminded me of. Who broke up the band. He had an ego. He wasn't as hard as he thought he was. I hate that guy. Actually, I don't like the King of Hearts anymore. Fuck that guy.
Really? I thought he reminded me of David Joey.
I never knew a David Joey. I knew a John Bovey.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, color theory. Red, pretty obviously, for King of Hearts. Purple was a little girl who we're presuming is Abilna, right?
What?
Purple. The purple roses. We had to paint the door purple to get into the little girl's room.
Oh, you're right. Red and then blue.
Blue was fighting over red in the roses.
You didn't paint the door purple. You painted the
The road.
rose on the hill
sword.
purple.
We painted the rose purple.
Oh, maybe it's like maybe the old Iron Teeth. Maybe she's blue, and the King of Hearts is red, and Zabilna's like drawn between both.
This is so sad.
Yeah, it is kind of depressing.
Yeah.
I'm like thinking about it.
Oh gosh, we're getting in the middle of like gang warfare in between two factions.
That's a gang activity. Oh, is anybody white?
Who's
or-
white though?
With yeah, because there were white chess pieces
And White Queen.
and a white queen. Who's it? Is there a
And all
fourth?
of the flowers were white.
A challenge
Originally.
approaches.
Well, no, we saw. Wait, it was like a fucking war. It was like an
Oh, the
infinite.
flowers were white.
Oh my God! When we've gotten visions of some sort of war from a long time ago, maybe it's something else entirely.
It felt like a long time ago at the time, but
I guarantee all those soldiers in the fucking armor, like.
The owls?
well, now that we've moved
yeah.
off of these roses, we can talk more plainly.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Ouch! Ouch! Ouch!
Well, we did a lot of theorizing.
Yes.
John Bovey. So,
We're about 2 hours into the session. Maybe we just like, any final thoughts? Let's say.
do we have any kind of physical wounds?
I checked myself
No, we-
and
yeah,
I
we checked.
looked into my mind. I feel like I got a long rest.
Yeah, nothing physical, just emotional and mental.
So I'm still dead mechanically on my sheet.
Yeah, but alive.
Okay.
Oh.
You
Oh,
can-
we didn't finish
no,
the
you're,
color theory.
go ahead and take a long rest. It
Color
just makes
theory.
it just makes it easier if you just take
I will
a long
take
rest.
a long rest. Thank you.
The color theory thing.
Color
We
theory.
were talking about who
So,
could be the white queen.
Who's the white queen?
Well, hell if I know. Who are the other major players? We got some kind of crazy old witch grandmother holding around hourglasses, shaking us up. She's strong as hell. You got the King of Hearts, may or may not have just resurrected us from the great beyond. He's probably strong as hell.
So he's red. Grandmother's blue. Zabilna's purple.
I don't think we're gonna know until we know who were the two sides of that war that happened a long time ago.
Oh. That's what you think it is?
I mean, clearly he was on one side,
Oh.
and he thinks that we're pawns in that war, whatever the fuck it is.
And,
It's a little presumptuous.
And it went underground. Didn't we have a bunch of visions about underground and that's where the Witchlight comes from? And that's where Tormek went!
With the doctor.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Can everyone stop looking at Torben?
Yes, right away.
So that at some point in the war, he was forced underground.
But what does it all mean?
Crack me up, Derek.
I don't know what any of it fucking means.
Divination, premonition, these are all things. Is it possible that the King of Hearts is choosing us merely because they know what role we are going to play in some more elaborate plot?
I mean, all I'm saying is this feels bigger than Prismir and Zabilna.
I agree.
There has to be an easier way to make 100,000. Absolutely sure we can just get honest.
No, Frosty already did the math.
There's 5 of us. That's like 5,000 gold pieces each.
Yes.
Frosty crunched the numbers, and going on an elaborate magical adventure for Fate of the Feywild is the only way.
That was the opposite of what I said. I said all of the magic items that we've gotten so far would almost certainly add up to $100,000. We could leave right now.
Oh man, he did say, "Wait, give me 20 minutes and I can just win it in poker."
No, he's not that lucky.
Yeah.
Especially if Mr. Guru has plants at the table slow playing us.
We don't
no
have to
other
play
way.
his table. We can go to another table. There are other tables.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Torbeck understands.
Well, we could always check in with that guy that's handing out gold, see if we can't just beat him up, and then we get out of all this.
Gideon, did you just get us back on track with the
Hey!
Let's go rough up Niv and kill him and take all of his stuff.
It's not. We've made promises here. And these aren't just agreements. They go even beyond contracts like we would find on our world.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We have made pacts. We've made promises in the Feywild. We're in deeper than 100,000 gold pieces. The debt we have to pay has to do with how we've behaved up until this moment since we arrived in the Feywild.
Do we think that Mr. Roslov is going to be alive by the time we get back? He was looking rough.
Hopefully he wrote down his intentions regarding his belongings.
Well, you keep forgetting, man. Time's passing in it's like seconds over there. We've been here for days. I mean, he's gonna be like eating pumpkin pie or something and probably killing Tom.
We also theorized
Killing
that perhaps
Tom.
it's moving.
Killing Tom and eating pumpkin pie.
Okay. So, you're right, we've made promises, we've made pacts, and that's probably magical, unbreakable. And I guess we are between all of the deals, and we are afraid of all of these people that we've made deals with. It all goes back to Mr. Guru. So I feel like the next step, we gotta find all the pieces so that the king can reforge the sword from the poem. What was that sword called? Remember what it was called?
Schnickel Fritz.
I look back in my memory and remember the name.
Pretty sure it was that. I'm pretty sure it was that. Yeah.
Frost would remember the name of the sword.
Yeah, sure.
What is it? I don't remember.
What do you mean, the Vorpal blade?
Vorpals, are you fucking kidding me?
Thank
Bro,
you.
I was close.
I ain't read the damn book.
What are you talking about?
The Vorpal blade.
Vorpal blade.
Yes.
So if we get the 3 pieces, we've got one of them presumably if all of the allegory is correct. We've got one. I don't know how that thing that Torbeck had, that Fred is going to turn into, but it's all witch magic, right? So then he does it, and then he has to use it on the Jabberwock for us to kill it, and then everything is fine, right?
And then he can maybe free or wake up Zabilna. And then we're good.
If what we just experienced was allegorical, we'll need to face the Jabberwock as well. Don't forget what we saw the young girl playing with when we first arrived in that strange tower.
Fuck no. Hey, look. I don't think we have to do it. I think he's gonna do it, right?
He may be the one to deliver the killing blow, but our presence is clearly inferred and implied by...
I wouldn't mind another shot at that ugly son of a bitch.
But we can't go seek it out and try to fight it now for revenge.
Fuck no.
No.
Who the hell would want to do that besides maybe you?
No, we won't do that. We won't do that a little bit.
That's all I'm saying.
It had laser eyes!
It had cheap shots, all right? If it fought like a damn man, we would have been fine.
Rico, don't say it. Don't say it.
It would be so funny though.
No, look, I'm telling you, you better not. You best not.
What should I not say, Grimmy?
You know what you shouldn't say.
Wait, I don't know what you shouldn't say.
I know what he shouldn't say, and
So
he's not
I
going to
shouldn't
say
say that
No.
Only
No, no, absolutely not. That's not.
wouldn't strive to hunt down the Jabberwock.
Let's find the Jabberwock right fucking now, okay?
Oh no!
Weaklings are afraid of the Jabberwock.
It's eyeballs.
I'm
lips
sorry.
lost on fire in one shot.
I was a little tired when we were fighting it, alright? Cremmy was freaking out. He had crazy eyes. Frosty was doing something else. He was looking at his pack. You hadn't unlocked the thing yet, you know? Wait, give me that.
You want to die for real, Gib?
No, I don't want to die for real. I want the Jabberwock to die for real.
Well, we need to get the fucking King of Hearts his sword, and then he'll take care of it. It's not our fucking job to kill it.
Gideon, doesn't that sound like something a bitch would say?
Would you kindly shut the fuck up?
No, I'm sorry. Do I have to roll something?
So you have to make a save or something, right?
Natural 20.
I'm gonna dread it.
Oh, no! That's that.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, Cremmy.
Wow, that works.
It is just in my nature. Frog meets scorpion and such things.
Oh, you're awfully wise when you can't say stupid shit.
This is going to be for a whole hour?
Well, as long as I decide to keep it on. Or an hour, whichever one comes first.
If we are going to face the Jabberwock again, I have much introspection to do. I clearly was not prepared to face a foe of that kind. Perhaps none of us were. We must start hardening ourselves to this place. We must start thinking about how we're going to survive, even. Not just our bodies and spirits, but our minds.
Tormek doesn't wanna.
I'll drop it, though.
You may not want to, Torbeck, but we have to. We have to keep the promises we've made, and we have to protect Twig.
I think like a training montage pause arc through the month of October would be pretty fucking cool. We're just in the forest doing fucking cool things. Again, we come back, we're real strong.
Wait a minute! Are we just ignoring the fact that the little girl said that Twig was her doll? And it was created by grandmother? From the rose bush? Sticks? Twigs? Oh!
That was pretty concerning.
We still don't know if any of that was all just a fucking fever dream, man. We don't know what the hell's right about anything.
What if that scary old witch lady's fucking listening to us through Twig? If she made it, and if Twig was originally a toy, how did she get live?
The question I have is, if she was originally a toy and all of that was true, how did she get where she was when she met us?
Maybe it's out of Georgical too.
No.
Was she placed there?
Is Twig's marionette form or real form?
That's what I'm saying. What if that's not allegorical and that was literal? Well, maybe it's all allegorical.
And that's where he found us, was in her fucking inn.
Tormek doesn't like the way you're pointing at Tormek, Mr. Grammy.
Well, what's the significance of that?
How else would he have known to find us there? Someone knew we were there.
Maybe Tolbeck is a master tracker and knows how to expertly track down certain individuals with like a bloodhound nose.
No. Tormek has no recollection of finding any of you at the end.
This is why I keep going back to divination, premonition, rumors, legends. There's almost a feeling of, as we've been progressing through the Feywild, like our reputation precedes us. Not just the King of Hearts knowing more than we could possibly know and what role we're having to play, but perhaps others are vying for our attention or our loyalty or our power. It's... We're blinded.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go beat up Nib.
Yeah,
beat somebody
Can
up.
we get, I kind of miss, I used to say, oh, Hoochie, never grow up to be like Uncle Cremmy or Uncle Gideon. Or even us, like, doing a bunch of simple, low-level crime. But now I'm starting to think, it's awful charming now that it's in perspective, right? Like low-level schemes and rackets, like, roughing up someone like Nib, like, oh, that sounds quite nice now.
You make us sound like bullies.
It's kind of fun, though, don't you think?
It really puts things in perspective.
It really does.
It grounds you
Yeah, it feels grounding.
when you
like-
ground somebody else.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
scamming people out of, like, cruise tickets.
Aw. Fellas, I miss the carnival.
Yeah.
Those were
Yeah.
simpler times, you know.
Me too. I never thought I'd say that. I miss the carnival.
Yes, that's actually quite surreal.
Isn't it?
Just trying to con rubes out of the pennies, you know. Copper pieces, I guess. Man, those are the good days.
Those were, yeah. You never, I guess it's true what they say, that you never know that they're the good days until they're over.
When all this is said and done, and we have our lives and perhaps our freedom, would we be interested in starting a carnival back up?
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it depends how rich Madrick makes us.
I see.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we could invest in one.
Well, you got to do something.
I kind of like having my name on a carnival, even if we're not, touring the world putting it on.
As long as there are no other gangsters that you were supposed to be giving kick-ups to, that you just failed to mention.
No, just the one.
And maybe no more Ferris wheel.
No, we're definitely having one of those.
Ferris wheel's critical, man. Everybody loves a broken Ferris wheel.
Yeah, I mean, how else are you going to get 1,000 feet off the ground?
I just have this image
It's
in my
1,000
mind.
feet, right? That's all that was.
Thereabouts. I just have this image in my mind of us coming back from the Feywild, adorned in magical, valuable trinkets, and richer than we could possibly imagine, riding a horse down a path, ready to start our own carnival. An old man who hates his wife scolds at us. I think that would be a beautiful image, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That really does sound beautiful. I'm gonna need to save up a lot of gold for Hootsie's therapy fund after what we just witnessed.
How are you doing, Uzi? And I'm gonna scratch behind her ears.
Her eyes are even wider than normal. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
You're all right, Uzi.
I would
You're all
say it doesn't seem like Hootsie experienced a similar thing that you experienced.
Oh, never mind.
She does not seem to be bothered. It's almost as if she never experienced her own death.
It's my fly pad.
Yeah, she's on her fly pad.
Oh, thank goodness I got you that fly pad. Oh, Hootie, I love you so much. Let's go rough up Nib, and you can take some pointers from Uncle Gideon on how to collect from someone who doesn't want to pay up.
I feel surprisingly refreshed after that experience. I'm ready to go if you are.
All right. Let's find this guy's cave.
So, maybe on the waffles, or...
I mean, do we have time for waffles?
I think there's always time for
There's always, I mean, I won't say no to waffles.
creamy.
I can make waffles.
A little bit of
Waffle maker right here.
I mean, Cody literally does.
Waffles are back on the menu, boys.
Oh, yeah!
We make waffles.
And you do.
We eat waffles.
Yes, you spend about an hour, so it's early. It is, it was going to be afternoon when you arrived, but for waffles, it's late morning. It's around 10 to 11. This is more like a brunch, but you are making some delicious waffles, and you enjoy your time in the fairy circle. Hold on, I'm playing Zuldazar music.
Pretty good.
I mean, I love Zuldazar, but that's not the plan. That's not the play here.
Can you pour some mimosas out of that unlimited food pouch that you have?
I don't think it works that way.
No?
It's more like raw ingredients I can summon.
Well, with
How do you
champagne.
make a
for-
mimosa?
Can't just pull a whole damn cocktail out of this thing. That's not how it works.
that would be pretty cool.
Don't reach down and say cocktail ever again.
This flask is filled with whiskey if you just want to knock that
Oh,
back.
yeah. Do you have orange juice? That's raw.
Yeah, you know what? I could probably
Don't put orange juice in my flask. Oh, okay, yeah. That's fine, yeah.
I mean, I'll take. I would like a nice breakfast beer if we have it. Can you pull that out?
I don't know how it works.
I love
Well,
a
you'd
good
have to-
breakfast stout. Would be real nice right now.
He'd have
Hey,
to produce the hops and the
Little
barley
kegs
and...
and eggs.
Oh yeah, a little cake and egg. Yeah, a little cake and egger.
I love how I try to, like, speed you through the waffles and y'all still try and RP it.
I mean,
We're really excited about
you
waffles.
literally look at me and you're like, so we do the waffle thing. And I try, and then you still RP
We don't have to
it.
RP this, but what shape are the waffle holes?
This takes us back to pre-stream where we were talking about how much we want waffles.
oh,
But it is the rough
we all eat it?
approximation. What?
Yeah, we
We all eat it? Okay, I forgot I had this feature.
Hand over fist.
I have the chef feature.
Yeah.
Oh.
I did this on purpose, guys.
We all have 4 plus my proficiency bonus and temp HP if we all like the food.
Oh!
Hey, let's
That's
go.
plus how much? 4?
4 plus 3, yeah, 7.
How do you have temp HP?
There's a box for it.
Yeah, there's a box for it.
There you go.
It says temp HP.
Yeah, right
And then
there.
you type in the number 7.
Wow.
When you hit enter, D&D Beyond.
D&D
folks.
Beyond.
I don't have enter on my iPad.
everybody.
Okay, well, you have a
You hit
arrow.
return like a fucking heathen.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, you feel really cool while you do it. Hey, how about it? Thank you, Matt Long. Isn't that his name?
Kevin Long.
Kevin Long. Matt Kevin, same thing, really.
Kevin's brother Matt, like,
Not you! Not you! You weren't in the hit film dodgeball! Back to your cover! Back to your cover, Matt Long!
Justin Long?
Oh, Justin Long!
I kept thinking Jake. I kept thinking Jake Long from the American Dragon. I was thinking that guy from the American Dragon.
Back to both of you, Kevin and Matt! Back to you! We want Justin! We want Justin! My time in the fun!
3 full attempts to get to who we're actually fucking talking about.
It's the same thing! Come on, Justin! Get your brothers back to their
The
cover!
only reason I know that is because he's in the famous Sam Raimi movie, Suck Me to Hell. It all comes full circle.
Oh my god.
Gosh, we were actually pretty close. We're 38 VIPs away from our goal. So food.com if you want to hear chuckle stuff.
I know we're losing daylight, but these waffles really.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you.
Oh, Hootie, I made it in the shape of your favorite character,
We're never
the
getting out
rat
of
from here.
here.
the Child's Casino.
Never getting out of here.
All right, let's move on.
Okay, let's
It is rough. It is a rough approximation of 11 a.m. as you finish cleaning up your cast iron pan and putting away all of your raw ingredients, and you pack up and you begin to make your way into this ancient forest. You believe that this was the same fairy circle that you had left thither, if you left thither at all. But with how overgrown this place is, it's hard to tell. As you make your way towards where you believe Nib's cave to be, travel for a while through the trees. They twist and spiral, and the leaves are shades of many colors. You pass trees of pink, trees of green, trees of purple. You see flowers unlike any flowers you've ever seen in your entire life. And this place is beautiful. The sounds of life erupt all around you, and the experience that you've just had, the feeling of dying, still lingers at the back of your mind. But there is a comfort to how lively this forest is, how alive everything feels. And as time passes, it becomes easier to stop thinking about death. And it is the path ahead that begins to overtake your mind. As you think about, you hear the flapping of wings, and at first you startle and you jump, immediately thinking of the creature that you had fought. But as time passes, even that too seems further away, and you're able to enjoy the forest around you. Till eventually you hear a noise that catches you off guard, a noise that is familiar to you. The noise of a wounded owlbear, a mix between a roar and a hoot, calling out in the distance. It sounds older than the noises that Hootsie makes, but clearly in pain, and clearly coming from deeper into the forest. Now, you know Hootsie well. Hootsie has been with Gricko since she was a wee cub, but a full-grown owlbear is something quite different. And it is a choice which direction you'd like to go in.
Ah, do you hear that? That's an adult owlbear in distress. Let's go! And I turn around and I just bolt. Whoa! Jeez.
Well, we better make sure he lives.
Yeah.
He would be easy to stop.
I don't think I'd stop him.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd stop him.
I agree.
I'm just following.
I'm giving Gricko this.
Okay. You rush forward, and you eventually spill out into an opening. You see that there is a road here, a winding, well-trodden road. And the howling, hooting sounds of this owlbear stop immediately as you enter this clearing, and you see it immediately. What appears to be how would you call a middle-aged owlbear? Yeah, I guess.
An adult.
An adult owlbear.
Yeah.
You see that there's this adult owlbear strapped to what appears to be a chariot, a harness around her chest, and you see a large thorn stuck in her paw as she paws at it, just digging it deeper in. You see the blood staining her paw as tears leak out of the corners of her eyes as she hoots and whines and cries as she tries to remove this thing. She looks towards all of you, and you see as she rears back in fear, getting closer and closer to the carriage of this thing, which is toppled over to the side, one of the wheels fallen off but not broken. And you can see that she has just been left here. Whatever had been driving this, whatever it had been carrying, they left it here and her in pain. As she looks towards you, horrified, unnerved by your presence, she lets out a warning hoot/growl and watches you very carefully.
Gricko, if you can calm her, I can perhaps remove the thorn with my mind.
And I'll pull out my my ocarina and I'll play like a very calming tune. As I'll walk forward, as I'll just keep playing, and I'll try to like look a very soothing, dulcet tone, and that would make me, I would think would hopefully calm, music calming the beast. As I've probably done this plenty of times as a monster tamer. As I'll attempt to just basically walk closer very slowly as I'm playing this music.
I will have you roll an animal handling check at disadvantage because she is wounded and very scared.
That hurts. That hurts.
Can I twist? I got a 20 and a 2. Okay. Animal handling, that will be 21 plus 3, 24.
The sound that you play, at first, you see the owlbear inch back closer and closer to the chariot. But as the music plays and you begin to move closer, she watches as Hootsie dances along beside you in tune and in rhythm with the music, and she almost it's almost as if she can sense the bond between the two of you. You watch as her eyes widen, they fill with tears as she reaches out her paw, shaking and in pain, towards you, as if asking for help.
And I'll look at Frosty.
Like a Band-Aid, I'm just going to reach out with my mind and attempt to grab it and give it a quick pull and let it fly off into the forest.
You're doing this with a mage hand?
Yes.
I won't need you to roll for a mage hand. I would say it's easy enough to do. It's within the realm of what a mage hand can do. I am going to roll to see if she will make the connection that it is you helping, since it's not something she can see.
Unlike when I might normally do it, where I'm doing this just using my mind, I am attempting to show that I am doing it. I'm like,
And I'm getting like I'm basically walking
demonstrating.
closer. I'm just keeping the music. I'm just keeping the music going. So that's why I'm not pulling it out.
Yeah, how would she feel about a disembodied hand appearing out of nowhere in front of her, not understanding how magic works?
Well, she can't see it.
but
So
he
No,
just
it-
said she can see it.
No, she can see him.
I'm as Frost, literally doing this with my body and arms. I'm showing that I am like doing this as if I'm levitating.
Roll an
them.
animal handling.
So it
I will
would-
let you roll it straight because of what Gricko is doing.
It's basically just telekinesis, but it's the rules of mage hand.
It's not supposed to be a hand.
Yes, it's not a hand. It's not,
Which is fine.
it's like a water
I'm just saying specifically, I'm not sure how an owlbear would perceive this situation, having a thorn pulled out of her hand
totally-
by unseen
It's my
circumstances.
mind hand. 12.
12 is enough. She is focused solely on Gricko and on Hootsie. She doesn't even notice
Hootsy's with
what
her.
you're doing. And whether it is the gentle lulling of the music that's calming this owlbear, she watches the movements of Gricko as the thorn is pulled from her palm with a loud, audible yelp, and then a sigh of relief. You see as she holds up her paw and then slowly begins to lick it clean. She looks towards Gricko, keeping her eyes firmly on him, occasionally looking at the rest of you, skittish and afraid, but eventually falling back on Gricko and seeing the relationship between Hootsie and Gricko and finding comfort in that and in the music. And she does not attempt to make any other movements as she watches and licks the wound clean.
I will play a little tune as I will then stop and say, hey, it's okay, as I place my hand on it, as I will channel the primal spirits to cast Cure Wounds on the paw, as Hootsie will probably have helped me in the past, and so she'll be kind of like therapy dogging it, and she'll walk up and then kind of look up very sweetly and like just put her paw, like a very soft but like still and stable paw on the owlbear's like leg or something. There you go. You're okay. You're okay. You're a beauty.
You heal the owlbear, and as Hootsie moves in to do this, you watch as the owlbear very quickly reaches down and nips at Hootsie, but in a motherly way, picking her up by the scruff of her neck and putting her on top of the chariot as she begins to clean her. And clearly trying to take care of Hootsie. You notice wounds on Hootsie that you hadn't seen beneath the feathers, and a type of care that only a mother of her kind would be able to care for. And Hootsie seems to appreciate this, as eventually they nuzzle into each other and begin to hoot and chirp and growl in what is clearly a language that none of you but the two of them speak. Before Hootsie eventually hops down and sits next to this owlbear matron, and they both look at you and just watch you.
Gricko, can we get her out of the harness?
Do you feel safe, Gricko?
Oh, she's fine. She's a sweetheart. She wouldn't hurt a fly. Look at how well she's taking care of Hootsie. Now, Hootsie, you'll never get quite this big, but yeah, this is what a full-size owlbear looks like. Look at that. You're like spitting image.
She moves towards you quickly, much quicker than you had expected. Have you ever been around full-sized owlbears before?
I feel like maybe at some point I might have, like in
This close and in this capacity?
maybe not this big. Like perhaps like a smaller, owlbear I might have.
I would say that it's shocking to you how quickly she moves at this point, and there is a moment where you feel fear for a second before she nuzzles into you and gives you a very affectionate, similar to what Hootsie does to you, a quick nip with her beak, not enough to break skin, not enough to hurt you, but enough to show you that she's grateful and she's thankful.
Oh, well, thank you. It's nice to meet you too. My name is Gricko Grimgrin. This little adorable girl is Hootsie. And, I know she's a bit of a smaller owlbear. You're probably not used to seeing, but she's got twice the hot to make up for it, as I'm sure you can sniff out. As I will attempt to I will use create water, create and destroy water, which I still have prepared, in order to give her some water. As I am going to then, if she's going to then lean in and drink it, I'll just take the time while she's kind of hunched over drinking the water. I'll just basically try to untie her.
She does drink the water. As you go to remove the harness, she nips at you in an aggressive way. And shakes her head at you as if she does not want to be removed from this thing.
You like being in a chariot,
She
okay.
reaches up one of her paws and she pats her chest, and you see that there's emblazoned on this leather harness, there is the symbol of the juniper bush.
Oh, are you like a noble royal owlbear that might be used from the Feywild? I've heard of such things on account of owlbears being native to the Feywild. I think I would know.
She looks at you with wide eyes, but doesn't seem to understand anything that you're saying.
Well, if she doesn't want to be cut free, then maybe we just get this wheel back on attached and get this thing back up and running.
Why don't we, if she's good, why don't we take a look to see what happened to the rider?
Well, come on, she's not gonna hurt nobody. Look at her, she's just harmless. And it's very clearly a gigantic predator.
Very clearly a gigantic predator
It's a sharp
monster.
beak and everything.
Just a silhouette and like dark red eyes looming behind you.
She is.
Oh, she's a
I would
beauty.
say. I mean, like, obviously we show Hootsie as being this tiny thing. Hootsie's bigger than Gricko.
Yeah.
She's big.
And she's like a pygmy
But this
owlbear.
owlbear is probably 4 times bigger than Hootsie.
Hootsie's a teacup
She is
owlbear.
gigantic.
That's adorable.
She's a teacup owlbear.
Yeah, she's a teacup owlbear.
She very clearly is a...
Have I ever seen you talk to animals? Like use the spell?
I don't think I would have the Dr. Doolittle. As a character choice, I would not pull a Dr. Doolittle. I'm more of I'm Steve Irwining and
You speak through nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And music. Basically, the trope that Gricko is based on is music soothes the savage beast. And then a little bit of Steve Irwin. So that's my...
All right, well, yeah, Gid, why don't you fix up the wagon and I'll just take a look around. I want to sort of see where the chariot had turned over and just investigate the area a little bit to see if I can see any evidence of someone being here or leaving or being dead in the bushes.
Roll an investigation check for
I'll
me.
look like in the chariot and see like if
Roll at
it's-
an advantage with Gideon's help.
Oh, those are Yornir dice.
Oh.
That is a...
Twist it.
Twist it?
Yeah, twist it.
We got a 9 with a...
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, someone is thirsty. Look at that. Oh, I think I might have a rat snack. Oh, no rat.
13.
13? That's good enough. You look around and you clearly see that there is a gnarled root jutting out of the middle of this road, and that you see a piece of broken wood, which had clearly been the thorn that was stuck in the owlbear's paw. So it becomes very clear to see that as the chariot was moving along, the owlbear stepped on this thing and the thorn embedded in the paw, which more than likely caused her to panic, overturning the chariot and knocking the wheel askew. As you look around, you are able to see that there are 3 sets of footprints, and you also see some drag marks, which look as if there were containers inside of this thing, and the people, or the people who were inside of this chariot who utilized this didn't bother to try and fix it or help the owlbear, but instead just abandoned it here as they made their way deeper into the forest.
Rather rude of them.
Yeah, no signs of anybody.
We find anything like in the chariot? Or is it like if it? I'm thinking like
With
it's
a
like
13, are you looking for anything specific?
No, just clues.
Is this a chariot where it's like?
It's
like
an
a
elaborate.
seat with-
So I guess
or is it like
yes.
carriage with like an interior and.
I will. There is actually a photo.
Oh wow!
That is what you see.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a
So it's still
Cinderella carriage kind of deal.
That is what you see. And it is ornate and it is beautiful. It is clearly something that came from a wealthy family, or for maybe some kind of royal business. I will say it did appear that there was some sort of standard or banner on the back, but that has been removed.
Well, maybe if we just get this up and running again, she'll just like head on home.
Would you mind putting that up to the camera? Chat wants to see what it looks like. And I just can't.
I always forget how beautiful the cover of that book is.
Yeah, isn't it great?
That's
It's really
special
great.
edition.
God.
It's a little blurry, but you can get the idea of the.
Yeah.
So it's like a little, it's simple chariot.
It's nice though. It's like
Trying to
golden.
hide so it focuses on that.
It's not. There's autofocus is off.
Anyway.
Yeah, just because it's so close.
Oh yeah.
I'll just make sure that I'm feeding her, and then I think Hootsie would like see how big she is, and
I was
like,
using that
kind
to
of
keep a
stand up
page.
on her hind legs,
I
and
forgot.
kind of raise her paws and kind of puff herself up and try to imitate how big this owlbear
Sort of
is.
like when a red panda is trying to be in.
Oh my god, that's so cute. Yeah, that's exactly what she does. It's
kind of
not. It's
imagining
not.
herself as big as that.
It's not intimidating at all. It's just
Yeah.
adorable. But she does it, and the adult owlbear seems to look on in amusement.
I'm trying to put the story together here. You're riding along in a chariot. You get overturned because your owl bear gets upset because it got injured and perhaps overturns the chariot. You all tumble out. You don't help. You immediately leave, dragging with whatever you have with you.
Oh, if Torbeck has learned anything from Mr. Crammy, we're talking illegal contraband.
That's possible.
I mean, they may have needed to get somewhere in a hurry and didn't even want to fucking deal with fixing it, I guess, or didn't have the ability to.
Maybe they were being hunted, man. Maybe they ran into the old Viridian scales.
If that were the case, would this owl bear still be alive?
Well, who knows? It wanted something from us. Maybe it doesn't care about this owl bear.
That's fair.
Either way, they just left it here to die, chained to the ground. No way to get away from it.
That's not very nice. Let's take a look for tracks or any kind of evidence of where they might have gone. And does anyone recognize this juniper symbol?
As you say the word juniper, the owlbear stands to attention and hoots.
Wow.
Juniper.
She paws at the ground, stands to attention and hoots again, and looks to you for orders.
Live a very fulfilling life and go wherever you want to. You are either free or you may return to a place that you very much care for.
She looks at you very confused.
Toss her a sock, man.
Oh.
Juniper is a free owlbear.
I don't wear socks. I hate
Oh,
socks.
damn.
I don't got socks.
I only have the one pair. I didn't realize we were going to spend this much time in the Feywild.
You packed for one night in the Feywild?
Well, I have all this other stuff in my pack. There wasn't any room.
Juniper, do whatever your owlbear heart tells you to do. You have the freedom and the choice.
She once again looks at you very confused.
I think that Juniper perhaps is a command word.
Oh.
I don't think it's her name. It's possible that that's that she doesn't understand common.
Well, maybe it's
No, you go ahead.
maybe it's like snail number 2, man. You know, you say like the house words. Snail number 2 is so fast.
It's the best.
It's the best, you know. And then you know, it kind of snail number 2 kind of comes online. Maybe that's what's happening here.
Perhaps other words will work too.
Well, we don't know the how.
Bush.
Beazleberry.
What did you say?
Bush.
Oh, no. She does nothing.
I think her name is Juniper, fellas.
Every time you say Juniper, she stands to attention and looks towards.
No, yeah,
whoever's.
I've seen the
I would
Hounds
say
too. That's how
it
they
would
act
be
when
very
the
clear
name
that she
said.
is responding to her name.
I don't think that's her name, man.
No, it's on the chest plate. It's probably an insignia of the house she's from.
Well, I think we can split up, gang, and let's do a quick perimeter check and see if we have any knowledge of where her riders have gotten off to.
I haven't seen anything, but I guess I'll help.
I'm not sure I want to follow the tracks of someone who would leave a creature like this alone in the woods and injured.
Well, you'd be the one to say, Gricko, but I mean, if Hootsie was separated from you, don't you think she'd track you down? She did it back in the Hag Hut. That's how we knew you were in there dancing with Barnacle Pants.
I'm saying that she can go with
Barnacle Pants.
Well, what I'm saying is, why don't we
Rectangle
just...
trousers.
Well, rectangle trousers, Barnacle Pants, so we, okay. Anyway, what I'm saying is, let's just fix the wheel on this carriage and she'll just follow after him. We'll
You
just
haven't fixed it yet?
No, I thought we were looking around for stuff. Been hanging on to this growling glue. You just give me just 10 minutes to slap this thing together. It fixes everything.
That's very funny.
I mean, don't take this the wrong way. I felt like fixing things and punching was all you do. You used 50% of your skill set.
I hadn't started yet because we were saying juniper.
Ironically, I
She
think you
jumps
can-
to attention.
A whole lot, and we were exploring with that. Okay, I'm gonna fix the wheel right now.
All you have to do is put it on the peg and then punch it.
Well, I gotta actually let the glue settle first.
Your hand is just like a rivet gun.
Yeah.
Boom! And it like,
It's the Kung Pao parking scene. I'll attempt to fix the wheel with my growling glue.
You fail. It just doesn't work.
Oh, it's never let me
You
down
suck
before.
at everything, and it's just unfortunate.
It's coming to my attention, fellas, that I suck at everything.
You do realize the wheel goes on like this and not like this, right?
we're sorry that you had to find out this way.
I'm a train engineer. All I can do is engines.
You're
you know?
very handsome, but very stupid, and this is difficult for
It
you.
really just kind of attached to tracks. It didn't have wheels at the time. This eludes me.
No, you are. I don't need to make you roll for it. The wheel isn't broken. It just needs to be reattached. It just fell off in the kerfuffle.
Watch out! Watch out for the juniper berry disc.
Watch out for the juniper berry disc.
Yeah.
Wait, what is that? Why do I have to watch out for the juniper berry disc? Do you know what that is, Crummy?
I see what he's doing.
What do you mean?
It's not very funny. I mean,
so don't look out for it. It's not something I got to be aware of.
Dorback's with Gideon. Dorback doesn't get it either.
well, his blood pressure sure is spiking, so that's kind of fun.
And why is he crying? Why is a single tear coming to his eye?
And I'll like poke the vein in your
It's gonna be all right, Grego. Just think about the fact that we're still alive. And Hootsie's still fine.
Well, look at this. Now the chariot's
It's a
fixed.
berry disc. It's a Feywild thing. So.
All right, look around.
Yeah.
Look for tracks. That's kind of your thing.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Who is looking?
I'm fixing the chariot.
I'm
I can
monitoring the
assist
fixing.
if Greco wants help.
Every task needs a supervisor,
fanning
just
out.
like Pa used to say.
Torbeck's helping.
Dorback just wants to give Greco advantage.
Roll with advantage.
Yes.
Are we doing survival for tracks? Was that?
Sure. Oh, you're looking for tracks. That's what the
Yes.
two of you were looking for.
Yes, we're looking for
Nothing
tracks.
else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dorback's just looking.
I'll have you roll separately.
Okay.
You can roll survival, roll an investigation check.
Oh,
You can roll at advantage
this
because
was
you're helping
not
each other.
Dorback's plan.
24.
Yeah, just like what Kremi and Gideon saw, there are what clearly appear to be the tracks of 3 people. They appear to be boots. I'll say with a 24, however, you're able to tell that there is large boots that appear to belong to a large man. You imagine someone tall. And then two pairs of boots that are what? Not 15 feet tall.
Wow.
You really try. You really try to give it in. Oh shit! And then the seal just fucking tapped the
I was
cat.
looking at
I
you.
kept it in.
I was looking at you describing it. When you said tall, I was like, that's pretty funny. I swept my vision back over at Mike. He was like...
And I lost it.
That's okay, Nikki. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to figure out how to describe this.
everybody.
We do have fun. We do have fun.
Look at these tracks. Someone literally carved the word tall man.
If he hadn't gotten a 24, man. Anyway, it appears to be boots that belong to what you would imagine to be a tall man, not 15 feet tall, but very large shoes, as well as 2 sets of heeled boots.
Oh.
I got a 16.
Oh.
Much more petite in stature.
Oh. 16.
You got a 16?
Yeah.
Because it's you, it's enough.
What does that mean?
Greco finds tracks and begins to inspect them and follow them along as a glint of magenta light catches your eye. You move off to the side, and beneath a bush next to one of the tall oak trees that reaches towards the sky, you see the markings of where a box or something, a wooden crate, had been dragged through the underbrush, and clearly had hit a rock or something, as what you see was something that must have spilled out of whatever it was they were dragging. It is a syringe with an incredibly long needle. The syringe is filled to the brim with witchlight.
I'll just pick it up and return back to the group without saying anything.
Tallman, that's wild.
Yeah.
Mr. Tallman.
Can we just leave me and tall guys alone?
You can tell by the gait of this other set of footprints that they have enormous back problems.
I really am.
The back problems too?
So there's 3 people in this chariot, and they are going off into the woods.
Wow.
What do you find, Tolbeck?
Oh, nothing. Just this. It's like glowing.
Oh my god, how did I miss that?
It's like me.
I grabbed it.
Whoa, careful, man. Is that looks like, is that Witchlight stuff?
Yeah, this is a lot of witchlight too. In one fucking syringe, god.
Be careful with it.
Oh, they are moving contraband.
The needle is incredibly long and very thick. It looks like it would be painful to be stuck by this.
Oh. Some sort of fucking masochistic junkie, or I don't know. Maybe they were using it to power the owlbear?
You see that there's a label on it. It looks.
Tallman Enterprises.
That's it. I'm done. Never mind. There's no label. The label must have fallen off.
Tallman Corporation.
The label fell off. It's not on there.
More Fey than Fey. The Tallman Corporation.
Holy shit, that's good.
This is what you get for letting us live.
I have a lot of regrets right
Oh my
Here,
god.
have a mallow cup in these trying times.
Double retcon, we're now dead.
now. I will enjoy this mallow cup.
I read the label.
No, there's no label
No,
on
I
it.
don't say that.
No, there's no label
No, there
on
was
it.
a label.
Please,
There's not a label on it
don't do
anymore.
this to Dorbank.
This is all Torbeck has. This is how he contributes.
Please.
Have a good time. I was reading the label on the syringe.
Yeah.
No, there's
we
no
found
label
the
there
label
anymore.
and we reapplied it.
No, there's
Can I twist to make it come back?
No, there will be a label,
Oh,
but
Torbeck was really advocating.
you bring up those tall fucking guys.
No, we're done with the Tallman Corporation.
Dorbank never said anything.
You're complicit.
Guilty by association.
What languages do you speak?
Me?
Yeah.
Common and Draconic.
You look at the label, and it is very clearly it it seems to be, how best to, essentially mass manufactured. You can tell that it's not hand done, that it is, this label is made similarly to labels that you would see in Ogway on medicine bottles in the apothecary. And you can see that there is clearly a signature, and that, well, yeah, you're from Ogway. It very clearly looks to be the signature of a physician or a doctor of some sort. It's looking at the symbols, it's really hard to tell, but because you are able to discern that this looks like a medicinal label, you can see where it shows the quantity and potentially even the dosage to be used and other information. But you, not being able to understand whatever language it's written in, you don't know how this is used, but I would say, looking over the label, it becomes very clear to you that this is used in some sort of medicinal way.
Yeah, I can't fucking read this, but yeah, it seems to be prescribed by a doc of some kind.
What language is it in?
I don't fucking know.
I don't fucking know.
You don't fucking know.
I don't think any of us speak Sylvan.
No.
Or just Torbeck.
Does Torbeck speak Sylvan?
He fucking put it in his brain.
Only if Nikki says I can, but it's on my list. It's right here.
It's not Sylvan.
Everyone pull up your characters. Is it in any language that we might be able to speak?
Elvish or Celestial?
I speak Common, Goblin, and Sylvan.
Giant and Goblin and Common.
Ignan and Primordial.
It's very clear glancing at it that it is not a language any of you have encountered before. However, Torbeck, as you look at the label, you immediately see a sterile room flash before your eyes for a second. You see the flash of a white lab coat. You hear the drip, drip, drip of something in the background, and you feel the cold metal of a table against your back for just a second, as you hear the click, click, click of a finger on a syringe, and you see the drip, drip, drip of purple witchlight out of the long tip as it is moved towards you, and you see those same markings. As for a second you feel the pinch of a needle being embedded into your skin before you shake and the vision's gone from you.
And I'll like skitter around Gideon and like,
Oh, hey buddy, you all right?
Torbeck is okay. Nobody panic. Everybody just calm down. Torbeck had a vision. Just a flashback.
What did you see?
There wasn't much there. Just a white room, some coats, one of those, cold table. Torbeck's 99% sure he's been injected before.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, but can I see that again?
I'll float it over to you.
I mean, this looks mass-produced. This isn't just like some one-off someone did. I mean, you know, there's a label and everything. This is sort of like they're selling this stuff.
So that's the drugs that all of the fancy rich Fey folk use.
Yeah, but it's not like under the table, sort of like in the baggy kind of deal. This is legit shit.
Well, we don't know what the drug laws in the Feywild are.
That's fair. You know what?
I mean, he took a drop out of him and it fucked everything up.
Yeah.
That's a whole fucking filled syringe.
That's enough to kill an extraordinarily large animal.
Like at least 1,000 growling.
Oh, that's I don't think it's gonna kill him. I'm pretty tough, Gideon. I don't know how strong. I mean, a lot tougher than you.
Okay.
No, let's not get into that.
Let's find a growling right now.
I don't think you can take a growling.
I don't know.
Hey,
I
growling.
really-
Everyone thinks they can take a growling. They don't realize that they have 4 arms and they're extremely strong.
Oh,
I feel
well.
like we can't. You're not gonna want to leave Juniper here, are you?
Well, Juniper should go wherever her heart says.
I think she wants to be told what to do.
I was going to propose, rather than following the tracks, that we sit down and let Juniper finish her trip.
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
Juniper, do you want us to get into the chariot?
She leans down, picks up Hootsie by the scruff of her neck, and sets her into the chariot.
That's really cute. Hootsie. Hootsie will stand up and she'll like grab. Are there like
They're
reins?
reins, yeah.
She'll like. Oh, Hootsie, you're a little gladiator. Oh, are you not entertained? Ah, that's very cute.
She's like Ben Hoot.
Oh, she is Benjamina Hoot. Oh.
That was my favorite moment.
You only have 9 days left to get your own Hootsie if you are rescued. You only have 9 days left to get your very own Hootsie.
Well, is there any room left for the? I guess we just walk alongside.
There is. It's very.
Let's all get in.
You
Come
have
on.
to. This owlbear is gigantic. Like the picture doesn't do it justice. There's more than enough room for all of you inside of that chariot.
We get it.
It's like the size of Jabba's sandbar. Look at that.
Oh, the sailboard, you mean?
Sailboard.
Yeah, it is. Oh, look at this. Let's go.
We all get in.
I'm concerned as we start to, I assume, make our way.
Juniper, proceed.
To the Sarlacc pit.
Is one of you taking the reins?
Hootsie has the reins.
Hootsie has the reins.
Yeah, Hootsie has the reins.
Hootsie has the reins. Bring us home, Hootsie. Hootsie,
You-
you're
you've
in
got
charge.
this. You've
You're
got this.
Benjamina Hoot. I'll pick her up. I'm not actually picking, but I'm like trying to get. Because I guess presume like that she, even standing up, she probably is like just barely looking over the chair.
Hootsie holds on to the reins, but is just an owlbear and is unable to steer a chariot, and so attempts to steer Juniper into the thicket of trees and woods.
Well, take the reins.
and-
You
Oh,
used to
come
drive
on,
a wagon.
Hootsie. Come on. Here you go. It's like this. You got to look out for that kind of stuff.
You stand behind her and hold on to the reins with
Oh,
her so
yeah.
that she feels like she's
Yeah.
still doing it,
like
but
the
you
jungle
are able
cruise.
to guide the chariot back onto the pathway, and you begin to make your way forward in the same direction that you were traveling, hoping to eventually find where Nib's cave is.
Oh, it's Uncle Gideon helping you get your learner's permit. Oh, that is so sweet.
She's doing great. Look
Drove
at her.
so fast.
We only crashed once.
Is this the direction of the tracks too?
No, the tracks are going off. So let's say this is heading north, the tracks were heading off east.
Yeah. Griggo's intention is to not give a fuck about where they went, and basically to go wherever she's heading.
Frost is with you.
Yeah.
I have concerns. And the concerns are, we know what the Witchlight does to Torbeck. Could this be a weapon? Well, we know some of what it does to you. And what we know is very violent, very powerful.
And very spooky.
Is this a weapon?
Well, we know the rich folk use it for drugs.
Maybe in small quantities, and perhaps not at the purity level of what Torbeck experiences.
I mean, this doesn't look like drugs, man. Look at that syringe. There's nobody's putting that in them for fun. This is some kind of other application.
Look, I don't think you're gonna just be able to inject this into somebody and then it's gonna do what it does to Torbeck. They clearly did something to him for 5 fucking years. I think that's what they were doing. They wanted this to do that, and then it took them 5 years to figure out how to do that.
Perhaps.
Presumably.
Huh?
Perhaps.
I'm very
That stands to
confused.
reason, right? I mean, you gotta think that it's not like if I took this and stuck it into gear, it's not like all of a sudden the same thing that we saw happen. to the fucking rabbit.
I don't
What
mean
happened
I
with
don't
you?
mean the difference in personality. I mean the power, the abilities, and the surge of strength.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of more like tapping into what's already in Torbeck and enhancing it. Because right now, because there was Witchlight in the air of the carnival, and that's where you're like, oh, I have a cobweb gun, blah, 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 blah.
Torbeck, when you have your experience with Witchlight, does it feel like the strength is coming from the other, or does it feel like it's coming from the Witchlight?
I think really hard. I think really hard to try to see if I can pull up anything from the moments before the inn to see if I can answer Frost's question.
Thinking is not your strong suit. I need you to roll an intelligence check at disadvantage.
Torbeck is unsurprised. Just straight in?
Mm-hmm.
Oh! Wait, did you say disadvantage?
Mm-hmm.
Torbeck got a 14 and a 20, so we're gonna go with a 14. Yeah, that's good. The natural 20 is going.
You think back before the inn, and you have no memories at all before the inn. You think, however, to moments after the inn, like your experience at this is Dragonflight. This music's pretty good.
Gregor's not playing.
Like it.
I'm trying to listen to Torbeck.
You know, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. This is pretty good. But you think back to when you were fighting. Why can't I remember his name?
His name is Agden.
Agden Longscarf. Thank you.
Blue Scarf McGillicuddy.
Yes, Blue Scarf McGillicuddy. And you think about when you felt that moment, when you begin to feel the moment of the other overcoming you, and you try to imagine, or you try and discern whether it's him or you where the strength comes from, and it is very clearly from you. That he may overtake your mind, but it is your body that's doing all of the work, and the body is yours.
Well, Frost.
Mm-hmm.
There's good news and bad news. It's not the other, but it's just Torbeck. Torbeck's body is Torbeck's body.
Meaning the strength that the Witchlight is giving you is you.
Could be. At least that's what Torbeck thinks.
That makes sense.
He did do something weird to Torbeck's flesh, and there's like a weird, like, undulating ripple.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's unlocking something that's inherent and it was tapping into different parts of us that the Witchlight was doing at the carnival, right? And so I feel like all these rich folk are a bunch of sick fucks. Every rich person you've ever met who's that wealthy, who's like a Fey Lord, there's some sick fucks and there's some sick, sorry Hootsy, there's some sick, nasty people into some sick, nasty stuff. And this is how they get their kicks, probably.
Earmuffs, Hootsy.
Oh yeah, earmuffs.
You think they're shooting it up or they're injecting it into others?
Probably, yes, and all of the above.
I mean, if they're anything like the aristocrats from Agway, that stands to fucking reason. They'll go through some dark-ass shit and do some cruel stuff for the sake of some pact.
Pact?
Oh, yeah. Pact. You think Guru and I, you think we're the only ones making deals out on the swamp? Hell no.
How does it work out for them? Do they also 100,000 gold pieces?
Depends on how well they make their deals and if they make good on them. Well, look, either way, let's fucking put this somewhere safe. Wait, I think I have a bag of holding, right? Yeah, there it goes.
He stabs himself in the
I
leg
can't
and injects
remember,
himself with the full.
Oh, yeah?
Right into the
Oh, I also forgot about, I have this very stylish hip hat that's also a hat of Holmbeck. thanks to the powers of Chuckles, apparently.
Yeah.
Thanks to whatever horrible curse that you unlocked by killing him. It's somehow affecting me now.
One time you hit a clown.
Well, either way, I'm gonna put it in my inventory on D&D Beyond, and that's where it's gonna live.
It's fine. I think it's fine that you hold on to it.
Doesn't feel right now.
Thinking about your inventory, you realize that there are a bunch of letters that Magic Rosloff gave you.
No.
Get the fuck out of my way.
fuck out of my face.
Good ass though.
Yeah, not in his inventory.
None of us have, no.
Well, we have some time.
Well, Juniper, is this fine? Are you fine pulling a chariot of people? I know you're a wild animal.
You watch her, and she is strutting forward like this is her element. She is looking beautiful as she, it's almost as if she's clenching her muscles to show how strong she is as she pulls this carriage along. She seems to be very proud of herself.
I'm like observing and making a note. This is very strange. I mean, normal owl, at least in Evangelist, owlbears don't act like this. They're not beasts of burden. They're ruthless predators, except for Hootsie.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, because Hootsie has good parenting.
But she seems to be very happy as she pulls up outside of a cave.
Oh.
It is here that you find yourself. You have traveled a significant amount of this day. Very far from where you had your waffles this morning after your near-death experience.
Oh, yeah.
And as you pull up to this space, you see that the trees part as a sheer cliff face juts up straight towards the sky. And instead of sunlight cresting down, you begin to see, or you look up and you see that the sky has already begun to turn to night as the stars slowly peek out of the sky. The sun hasn't fully set in thither, but it's close. Cozy torchlight radiates from a cave in this wooded hillside. 20 feet from the cave is a tree with a weathered sheet of parchment nailed to its trunk, and it is here that Juniper pulls up and parks the chariot. She rests herself down into the ground, curls up in a similar way to how Hootsie curls up at the end of the day, as if knowing that this was your destination, as if sensing where you were meant to go or where you needed to be. Her job for this day is done.
Oh, this is your home, a nice little cave? Let's go read the parchment. I'll hop off and I'll walk up and I'll try to read it. If not, I'll rip it off.
I'm going to look around the forest floor very quickly and see if I can sense the mind of any small beast or animal.
Yes.
I crush its mind, and then I mage hand it over. Thank you, Juniper. A tip for you.
You search for a...
I crush its mind. What?
There's a chipmunk like with a big like a hoard of nuts. Finally, I can bring this back to my. Norm!
Can you please repeat the exact words you said?
I look around the forest floor for some sort of small beast or animal.
No, you said you sense for the mind.
Yeah, sense for the mind of
a small what?
Small beast or animal.
Okay. Yes,
if I'm
know
looking
what?
for like a rat or a chipmunk that I can feed to Juniper as a tip, because it's only right. She took her job very seriously. Such a dutiful owl bear deserves. For going above and
do
beyond.
This, and you
squirrel
stop.
snack.
You stop at the first tiny mind that you find, and you, with your mind alone, you crush its brain.
Oh! That's pretty funny.
That's really funny.
Like a little walnut, and then I will...
You do,
my
and
God.
you watch as floating towards you is a chubby chipmunk, its cheeks filled with acorns. It had clearly... No, this is canon now. It had clearly been on its way up a tree, potentially to feed a family. It's hard to tell.
Thank you, Juniper. Here's a little something extra for me.
You gotta do the cheeks.
Oh no! What have we done?
You
Our
you
violent
throw
crimes
it you
know
throw
no
it down
bounds.
on the ground in front of her. It flops there dead as she eviscerates it.
The nature of life.
She like shakes it back and forth. There's like bits of guts.
woodland
No,
critters.
Chipmunks flying everywhere.
It's stuffed with chestnuts. It's perfectly good. It's very,
Oh,
very
God.
flavorful.
Jeez.
I put my apron on and I like pull out like a big flank steak. Just like a slab of beef.
Oh, that's. I didn't know. I don't know why I didn't
Here
think
you
of that.
go. This was a little less violent at least.
She nips at it and swallows it whole.
Well. Anyways, I'm gonna try not to think about that.
Kriko, you make your way to the to the tree.
Yeah.
You see a similar parchment to one that you had seen before, but the message on this one is different. It's a photo, or it's a wanted ad. Wanted, Will of the Feywild. Bring this deliver this rascal alive and unharmed. As payment, I offer you the power to bring the dead back to life.
Whoa. Oh, it's that same Will fella. Gosh, he really gets around. He's really wanted by Scarif.
And it is signed by Granny Nightshade.
That's a pretty big reward.
You think it's literal?
I mean, this is gonna be the same shit the other one did. She just turned Twig into a marionette.
No, she's gonna probably invite him over and poison him.
The first poster
What?
we saw was very
seen
old, like weathered, right?
No, I mean,
This-
he means
this one
like to
looks
bring the
significantly
dead
newer.
back to life. Is that literal?
Yeah, I mean, like, are you dead and she just brings you back, or does she turn you into a puppet? Is it
She's
gonna
gonna
be
turn you into some
other kind of-
stupid marionette.
Yeah. Oh.
She offers you the power to bring the dead back to life.
No, so we could corrupt others.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I'm sure it's not some monkey's paw. That's ridiculous.
Look,
It's gonna be you can bring the dead back to life for like 3 seconds before they die again.
In
Well,
your
thanks.
eyes. Yeah.
Now I'm traumatized twice.
I mean, all I gotta do is just bring this wheel fella in.
Yeah, it's
That
like
seems
it's
easy
going to be
enough.
some horrible abomination, and we're going to be so traumatized. We're going to have to say, "Don't forget October 3rd," which is when the Crooked Moon launches on Kickstarter. 10 a.m. Eastern Time.
The Crooked Moon
The
Ringo.
Crooked
That
Moon.
sounds very interesting. Tell me more.
I couldn't resist thrusting.
It's fine. It's fine.
Sorry.
It's fine. There's another poster next to it. Wow,
Become a
13.
VIP at the Crooked Moon.
Oh,
13
5e?
subclasses.
What do you think that means, kid?
Oh, sounds really cool.
Yeah, it does sound pretty cool, I've got to say. Anyway, we should also not forget October 3rd because of the horrible, abominable powers, that nightmares that it will actually bring back to life. It's bring back to life.
Do we really want to be wrangling criminals and turning them into the hags?
Wasn't October 3rd also the day that Aaron Samuels asked Katie Herring what day it was?
Yeah.
Heron.
I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Is that
What does that mean, girls?
That's
Yeah.
from
Oh.
Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Torbeck
Wow,
that's
what
Torbeck's
a-
favorite movie.
What an A++.
There was one screen in the doctor's office playing Mean Girls on repeat as you were horribly tortured.
Baby.
I'll wear pink. I'll wear pink.
Okay, well,
funny.
it's this little fella. Oh, hey, Juniper, do you recognize this fella right here?
She. Let's see if she does recognize.
Ooh.
Do you recognize this little fella that's Rufioing the, Well, it sounds really bad when you say it like
She
that.
looks up at the poster. Yeah, baby, don't.
We gotta stop this guy. We gotta stop this guy.
I should laugh at that. We gotta cut all this. We're cutting
Well,
it.
there is my dream of ever meeting Dante Bosco.
Never say never. Never say never.
We'll probably have to meet him in court now. So come true.
Oh man.
Does she recognize him?
If anyone has seen the great film Hook, it's actually probably got an hour too long, but still a
No,
great
it's
one.
not. It's perfect.
It's a perfect
It's a
length.
perfect length.
It's too long.
It is
that's
not.
crazy.
That's
We'll have a
bullshit.
debate on the length of Hook.
We don't have to get into that right
Next
now.
episode of Neon Nights.
Yeah, in the odd
I'm
nights.
sorry.
What do you think, Juniper? You recognize that guy?
She looks up at the poster and turns her head this way or that. She sniffs at it, and then she stands up and she moves this way or that, and then she stands to attention and points her paw out in one direction, as if to say, that way.
Whoa.
Whoa, we can find Will in that direction? Well, let's go investigate this cave first, and if it's Nib's cave, we'll rough him up. We'll get a fat envelope from him, and we'll get our kick-ups to Mr. Guru from him.
Well, remember, he can't see, right? He's blindfolded. So let's approach
He also, doesn't he have to give away the gold? He's like the easiest rob we've ever made.
Well, he needs to turn it into stuff and then give
And
it
it's
away.
useless.
Oh.
So we gotta steal the gold. that it's using.
Oh,
Turn it into stuff.
We gotta beat him up and then steal the gold.
Is he using like alchemy to like change into? Speaking of October 3rd, you know, and the
Oh.
Great Taboo and all that. Like, I think he's just using.
That's one of the free
Doing a little bit of
taboos.
this?
Yeah.
But the one and only, well, the 1.5 and only immutable law of alchemy is that you can't turn gold into stuff.
I don't think we're governed by the same laws.
Oh, in the Feywild, you think it's
Yeah.
you can do whatever the heck you
Feywild,
want.
you can do
Like
whatever you
golden
want.
stuff, as opposed to the golden to know stuff.
Well,
Let's find out.
let's all sneak in.
Should we?
Hopefully the horrid shrieks and death throes of that chipmunk.
I made sure it made no sound.
I'm
As quiet as the night.
Yeah, I'm muffled in the same screen.
I actually have two knees.
Frost has ice water in his veins.
Frost is the logical thing to do.
It's just the nature of life.
Yeah, it made perfect sense at the time. Idiot.
Also, I'm just getting some energy out. I had a very rough day.
Sometimes we just need to snap a few necks to unwind being resurrected.
That's funny.
Let's make our way into
We
the
go
cave.
into the cave.
And we stealth.
Stealth.
We stealth.
I
We
steal
stealth.
into the
You
cave.
stay with
steal, we
Juniper.
steal.
You stay with
Roll a
Juniper.
stealth check for me,
She will
please.
protect you.
Well, this is where I'm a Viking.
I'm pretty good at this too.
And you may roll at advantage.
Oh!
That's even
Thank
better.
goodness.
It's still a 15.
Well,
Torbeck got a 24.
I'm feeling very 18. Oh, that chug scared me.
15.
12.
If you're not drinking tea out of a giant jug, you're not drinking tea.
Love that.
Sorry, can you go through all of your numbers?
18.
15.
15.
12.
24.
12 was the lowest.
12.
Torbeck literally disappears.
You make your way into the cave, and at this point, night has firmly fallen on thither. The cave is dark at first and ascends upward, high into the mountain. You climb, and here and there a torch dots the wall and lights the path, but they're spread out far enough that you have areas where you're shrouded in darkness. And it feels like you're climbing forever, but it's more the angle at which you're climbing than anything else. Before you finally notice up ahead two sconces illuminating and flickering in an open, arched doorway that leads deep into a cavern. The cavern itself, even from this angle, you can see the walls are lined with sconces, and they're all flickering and alight. You can hear the sounds of spinning. I can't do Derek's things, but it's like the sound of a spinning wheel. That's not what a spinning wheel sounds like. I tried to do the thwop, 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 and it just didn't work, so it wouldn't sound like that.
Oh, balloons!
They're outside of the door. Outside of the door, there are two 15-foot guards.
One of us speaks only lies, the other also lies. You're fucked.
Yeah, we're not going to hurt you.
Okay, anyway. The room is lined with sconces, illuminating the entire space. And though you can't see if there's anyone inside of it, you can hear the sound of a spinning wheel as it spins on its track. And you can see that the light that illuminates this room is amplified by piles and piles of gold coin that are littered all around this space. And you make the trek forward. You continue to the entranceway. As you look inside, you see a wizened old man wearing a blindfold, sitting at a spinning wheel, surrounded by piles and piles of gold. As he spins, he reaches down and grasps handfuls of coin, which instantly transform at his touch into gleaming gold fibers that he feeds into the spinning wheel. And as it spins and threads the fiber into the basket, what would normally be a yarn, a golden yarn if this were any kind of actual spinning wheel. But in his case, you see that it is filled to the brim with magical items, wands, rings, boots, bracelets, cloaks, gems, hourglasses, a veritable trove, a veritable hoard of magical items. And behind him, lurking in the shadows, you see the undulating shapes of what appear to be humanoid figures as they call out to him. And he remains focused, solely looking at the spinning wheel as he spins and spins and spins. He makes no noise, and he doesn't seem to hear you.
The undulating shapes are his punishment.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh.
Okay.
Are they real? Are they like...
They look like specters.
Okay.
Like shadows.
Okay.
And they pay no mind to you. It's very clear that they're there for him and him alone.
I'll whisper in Cremmy's mind. Cremmy, look at all that gold.
I'll like nod, and I'll look at everybody, and I'll point at the pile of gold.
I'll point at the hat.
And I'll say,
You can respond to me in your mind.
let's get 100,000 gold pieces in the fucking hat.
Yes, I think that a small bucket would fit 100,000 gold pieces. It would be trivial. The volume of a gold piece is so small. In a chest, it would probably be like 500 to 750,000 gold pieces. Just thinking about a small chest, not let alone like a barrel of gold.
What? I'm not paying attention. I'm just like looking at all the gold. And I'll walk over and I'll take the first gold piece off the stack, and I'm gonna try to put it into Gricko's hat.
You are easily able to pick it up. The sounds of the spinning wheel drown out these simple noises. You imagine if you wanted to pick up handfuls, you'd have to wait until Nib himself picked up a handful of coins to try and mask the sound. And I will say you will all need to roll a sleight of hand to see how well you do masking the sounds.
Oh, Tormek's also really good at that. Tormek was born a criminal. Hot damn! That's a natural 20 for 29.
Wow.
Damn. All right, let's give this guy a try.
I'm gonna twist it.
Like giant mountains of gold pieces just move out of the shadows and don't make a single sound.
Tormek is just shoveling like...
He's defying physics, and it's like it's just falling in entire just waves of gold pieces.
With an 18.
25.
I hope
16.
this doesn't curse us into undeath. We have to be
Mikolo?
pirates in a very...
I got a 15.
Okay. 15 is the lowest of everything that you got.
25.
You are accustomed to cons. You're accustomed to stealing. And this is the easiest job that you've ever had to do. It is like well-oiled machine. The way you move in here, even with Torbeck, whose sole job was to fall off of the Ferris wheel, you
Fix.
to fix the Ferris wheel. You were just hoping he would die, but he is here nonetheless, and seems to be capable. As you take piles and piles of gold coins. It takes, I would say, about an hour of work. But you imagine, with the counting that you've done, if it's correct, that you have at least 100,000 gold pieces.
That's it, gentlemen. Based on the volume of all of our hands, I've calculated, then we're at 101,000 gold pieces.
Well,
Perhaps give or take 20, 25.
Why don't we get just a little bit more? I'm hungry.
I don't want to be greedy.
Why not? Let's keep going.
I reach into my coat pocket and I double check to make sure that the life insurance policy I took out on Dorbeck for 100,000 gold pieces is still there. And in that moment, I think to myself, man, this could have been a lot easier.
It is still there.
Just making sure it's still there.
That's outrageous.
I will, I'll sort of, yeah, I mean, why not, right? Let's keep going.
Man, if we're gonna open up a carnival when we get back, we need a little bit of that seed fund.
Can we all hear you talking?
I'll say for the sake of
go
ease,
back and
yes.
forth. Yeah, I would spend a little time going back and forth.
Oh, I thought you just networked us.
No, that's no. It's this and then back and forth and then this and then back and forth. So I kind of have to like play operator with each of you and like be like, hold on, I'll be right back.
Gideon said this.
I think Kremi's trying to reach out to me. Okay, yeah, yes, Kremi. Okay, well, hold on. Gricko's over here. Yes, just a moment. We don't need more than 100,000. We can make our own way when we get back. 100,000 is a lot of gold. I'm starting to feel a little guilty.
What's that like? I don't want to make my own way, Frosty. I want to live life deliciously.
Say that again.
Stuff your pockets.
Well, let's continue to fill the hat.
Stuffy pockets. Roll another sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
19.
Ooh.
13.
The second doubles I've rolled back to back. What are the odds of that?
28.
1 in 400 every time.
No, but to do them back to back. I rolled double 4s and then double 16s.
Oh. 1 in 160,000.
I don't think that's right.
What did you get?
19.
It's
Okay.
not 400 times 400?
Derek?
10.
19. 13.
Because it's a group.
1 in 400.
No, it's not. It's higher than that. You continue to fill your pockets. I'd say even though you have bags of holding, you are doing your best to, you know that they can only hold up to a certain amount of weight, and you are reaching your limit. You feel you're able to get another 75,000 gold pieces into your veritable coffers.
That's surely enough. We can still talk to the old man. He won't notice it missing. There's plenty of gold still left here.
I look around. There's still so much fucking gold. Why stop?
I mean, we'll be here all day.
Grammy, I gotta tell you, buddy, my pants are lined with gold, my pockets are stuffed with gold, the bags are full. I'm not sure where else we'd put it, man.
I don't know. Let's figure something out. I mean, like buckets around. Like...
Should we kidnap Nib?
I'm sorry. What the fuck?
Should we beat
Are
him
you
up?
gonna nib-nap him?
Should we kidnap him?
No, I just crush his mind and then we move.
I mean, doesn't...
Then no witnesses.
What, I mean, won't Mr. Guru reward us handsomely if we bring back Nib? He's on the run. We could say, oh, we found him. He was hiding out of the Feywild.
And then we can just keep all the gold pieces instead of
That's
having
what
to
I'm
give
saying.
them
That's what I'm saying. So, oh, Mr. Guru, we found the rat.
If we pay him back and we have 75,000 gold pieces, we don't need any. That's more than enough to start a carnival and buy a villa and perhaps more.
I want to make it double. Just 200,000 gold pieces. Half of Mr. Guru, half for us.
It's 25,000 more gold pieces.
Just 25,000 more gold
And we'll
pieces.
stop then.
And then I promise we can stop.
Wait, what about the contract? Don't we owe then a percentage of a kick up to Mr. Guru on everything that we take here? Plus
That's
interest?
a good point. So we would owe him 120. Ooh.
Math that out, Grimmy.
Why don't we just make it triple just to be safe?
Oh, yeah, good on you.
I didn't know there was interest on our contract. Is that true?
Look, just in case there is, we might as well, right?
Well, it's accounting for interest and the amount of time we've been gone. Triple makes sense.
Yeah, just to be safe.
That's all right. Triple makes sense. Yeah.
Roll another sleight of hand.
The look on Torbeck's face is going more and more concerning.
Natural 20! 24.
We're stealing, boys!
I got a 25.
21.
Ooh, 23.
Straight 20.
No, 22.
You are able to.
You are hardened criminals.
At this point, you have figured out the cadence and the rhythm that Nib performs the creation of this magical items. You are in sync with him. The moment he dips his hand down for more gold, you all pull piles of gold and put it into your packs. As he's spinning, you are slowly taking coins and dropping them softly onto the other coins in a way that all of the sound is masked. It is rhythmic. It is almost like a dance. And very quickly, much quicker than all the rest, you're able to acquire another 125,000 gold pieces. At this point, your clothing, the linings of your clothing, your shoes, your packs, twig, are all laden with gold.
Did we run out of room in the hat?
Both the hat and the
I feel like
Holy
the bag are.
It's alright, if we
filled to
need
the
it, we
brim.
still got Twig's purse.
Fill the whole damn in.
Okay, let's get out of here and leave this guy to be tortured forever by the souls that he scammed out in the HOA scam.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel bad for this guy, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, he kind of
I
sucks.
assumed we wanted to talk to him, right?
No, we don't need him for anything. We need him for the gold, and we just took that out from under him, seeing as how he's blind.
Wait. That's a good point, Frost. If we talk to him, this guy might have some dirt on Mr. Guru.
I also wondered if he might perform his task, produce magic items for us. We know the threats that exist in this plane of existence.
Well, let's go back down to the bottom of the tunnel. Like, far enough down to make a bunch of noise coming back up. That's your idea.
I would say you would imagine that the best course of action would be to deposit the gold at the chariot.
Oh.
And have the owlbears protect it.
I
That's
propose
pretty
that we
hardcore.
deposit the gold at the chariot and then make our way back. I
Yeah,
agree.
that's a great idea.
That's a great plan.
And who the fuck's gonna protect it?
Protect the gold?
Hootsy and Juniper.
Hootsy's not, I mean, listen, man, somebody comes by and turns that fly pad on, and Hootsy's not protecting a damn thing. Hootsy's protecting her score and fruit schminja.
All right.
Fruit pirate, excuse me. Vegetable pirate. That's canon now. That's canon now. Vegetable pirate.
I
She
propose.
does love vegetable pirate.
I propose that we go and we find a tree. We bury the gold just to make sure that it's totally safe, regardless of Hootsy, and then we can tie a scarf around it. And when we get back, that same scarf will tell us exactly where the gold was buried, and there won't be any fable-like moral tales that'll happen.
Well, maybe we can at least keep the bags of holding on us, and we'll bury all the gold on our person.
Yeah, we'll just make sure we keep 100,000 gold pieces on us exactly.
Yeah. Or maybe we just leave Toll back there too, you know, just to be safe.
I don't. The Torbeck deserves to have a magic item procured, or two at least.
It's also just as likely he finds a cardboard tube, and it's just as useless as Hootsy playing vegetable pirate.
That's a good point.
Let's talk when we get outside, and we can make a plan there. I'm tired of repeating everything that you say very, very slowly to each one of you as we go back and forth in this way.
We've been talking for 8 hours in this game.
I'm very tired.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's go.
You make your way out of the room, and you are. I need you all to make a stealth check. It is going to be straight because you are now laden with
that
gold.
Totally makes sense.
Oh, I'm just on fire. 23. Can't be stopped.
11 plus 7 is
18.
Ooh.
Do we think 12 is enough?
If it depends on if it's a group check or if we're doing
It's
a
a
contest.
group check.
12.
Well, I got a 21.
8.
23.
Do we twist it? Just let it ride.
It's a group check. We're fine.
Oh yeah.
it's a
Okay.
group check.
Let's let it ride.
You make your way out of the room, and there's a moment where a Gideon's I almost said sack, but that was and then I said it.
Man, my sack is so heavy.
Why'd I put all this waffle batter down here?
Oh man, it's hard to
My
walk.
sack is filled with waffle butter.
Waffle batter.
Playing like 8 games of telephone.
This is all through Frosty's mind. Frosty has to deliver the joke back and forth to everybody.
We're going to eat this waffle batter.
Go to the chariot.
You make your way out, and as you're leaving, one of Gideon's pouches jingles and jingles. Why?
Coin purse.
And for a
That
moment,
stuff too.
for a moment, you hear the spinning wheel stop, and you all look back to watch as Nib moves his head this way or that and sniffs at the air to see if there's anything different. Why are you so?
Nix was doing something.
Something happened with earlier.
A big pasta salad.
Smelling my
And he
giants.
seems to he seems suspicious for a moment before slowly going back to spinning at the wheel, and then quicker and quicker and quicker, and you are able to rush down the descending slope. What is wrong with you? Rush down the descending slope. You don't get to. You don't get to.
Phew.
No, stop it. We gotta get through this session. Shut up. You all rush down the slope, and you are moving as quickly as you possibly can, but you are encumbered by the amount of gold that you are carrying, and it is significantly slower than you would normally move. But you are descending, and so you're making a fair pace before you eventually spill out into the night air. You breathe and heave as you've been carrying all of this gold. Your body is laden. As all of you see something move behind you, you quickly look, and there's nothing there. When you move again, there's nothing there. And Gideon, you turn and look one more time, and you see the silhouette, the moving shadow of a clown. And that is where we will end the session.
No. What have you done?
Oh god.
I will say, for the sake of it, every single one of you has one attached to you. It's just, his was the easiest one to describe in this moment. So you will all find out what horrible specter is going to haunt you for the foreseeable future.
We've made a terrible mistake.
Oh no.
Oh, and you all have one level of exhaustion.
Oh!
Gone.
We're not done.
Oh
Don't
my
go
gosh.
anywhere. Hold on, is it statuses?
Yeah,
It's conditions.
If you want to
The bottom of the
hear what
list.
Chuckles might say in that moment, become a VIP of the Crooked Moon, thecrookedmoon.com. When we hit our goal, I'll do a quick VIP check, and we'll see if we hit the goal. I'll do the Chuckles voice. Let's see.
Me and my chimpo.
I'm going to MailChimp. We have to hit 20 more. We have to hit 20 more.
That's
We're
pretty
so
fucking
close.
close.
Yeah.
We are so close. We are 20 VIPs away
It's doable.
from me doing the Chuckles voice. So we got to hit it before we end Adventures in Chill.
How do they do that?
So you go to thecrookedmoon.com and you just follow the steps. You enter your email. You pay $1. You become a VIP of the Crooked Moon. Our very first Kickstarter, the biggest thing we've ever done as a group, as friends, as a company, all of this. The biggest thing we've ever done. Lots of
Most
writing on it.
importantly, you lock in VIP rewards when you
Yeah,
back the Kickstarter.
a Chuckles enamel pin, a Honk Legion mini expansion, all when you back our campaign when we launch on October 3rd, a 5e tome, 400 plus pages of that folk horror, a full adventure levels 1 to 13. We got 65 monsters, 13 subclasses, 13 races, 26 upgrading epic magical items, 78 card tarot deck, 11 giant boss miniatures. Music by the Blasting Company, who did the music for Over the Garden Wall. It's a lot.
And did someone say plushies?
And 3 plushies, 13 cents of dice, a shit ton.
We should be getting the prototypes of the plushies in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, we'll be getting the prototype soon. Very excited to show those off. So,
And then to see us again, we are back on Saturday at
1 p.m.
1 p.m. Eastern.
Showtime.
We're playing all day and all night long with Stardust Rhapsody. That is a space campaign DM'd by Mace. It is a science fantasy campaign. And man,
Ooh, yeah.
you don't want to miss it.
We
You don't
had
want to
a
miss it.
great.
You don't want
ending
to miss
on
this
that
one, I'll
too.
tell you that
No.
much.
Great
You
cliffhanger.
yeah,
great
we really
cliffhanger.
did. We were all sweating. We were sweating like sweaty folks.
Sweating like a coin purse.
Sweating like a coin purse full of waffle batter.
But right now, we are going to go into Adventures in Chill, where we hang out, we talk about the session, we theorize, share our favorite moments, and answer your questions if you're a patron, and you go ahead and type your question out over there on Patreon. So with that, anything else?
No.
Thank you.
I am now craving an Italian hoagie after thinking about subs.
I'm going to get one.
Don't worry, son of a bitch.
Oh, wow.
It's literally all I crave now. It's literally all I can think about now is eating Italian subs all day, every day.
That's right.
It's because I've been watching a lot of Sopranos clips while I sleep.
They're good.
I do that.
Yeah.
They're so good.
I've been listening to a lot of, I'm on one of my Sopranos fat feeds.
Anyway, let's chill.
Okay.